What's good? It's DJ Fury back from DJFuryBeats.com. So today I want to give a basic overview, rundown, and first on hands impression like with my Mac Studio. So for the price, do I think it's worth the money? I would say like yes and no. It's definitely a lot faster and it can breeze through like 4K footage way easier than my Hackintosh could even do like 720p video. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that. Now, as far as like me being able to use the 32-bit buffer size inside of Pro Tools, nah, that's not happening with the interface I have. Like maybe you have a faster interface, it'll work better with that. But I do have a RME Babyface, the 2.0 version, but it's the older Babyface, not the Babyface Pro. So I need to upgrade to that one, maybe see if it's a little bit faster. But as far as like going down into like the 32 buffer size, I can't right now without getting some clicks. Now it's actually loading and being able to play through. Like beforehand on my other computer, it wouldn't even play through at all at that low of a buffer size. But it's doing, pretty well on here. But you do hear like a couple clicks and pops, so I can get it up to like 128. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like it still doesn't have enough delay in it to where somebody will be able to tell that it's actually a delay. So I'm finally going to be able to record inside of Pro Tools without using direct monitoring, which is a great thing for me. And still will save me money on having to go out and use some kind of DSP, UAD type, interface. I won't have to go that route. I can still just use my Babyface for now because it is fast enough, like I said, to do 128. No latency or like clicks and pops when I'm recording with that. Now, only thing I am having a problem with is Pro Tools. Now I think that's just a Pro Tools thing because I think it still is running through Rosetta, and once it finally gets the actual native support, it might not be like, because for me Pro Tools is taking a while to open up, like not as fast, like not as slow as my Hackintosh, but it is a little bit slower than what I say Logic opens up, and I like in Final Cut, like those just, what I'm saying, like 2-3 seconds they're open. Pro Tools will probably take about 30 seconds to open. And as far as loading in MP3s, it's a little bit slow. Like it's slower than my actual Hackintosh loading in MP3s. Now that might be like a user error. So like if somebody can tell me how to fix that problem, let me know, because it's taking a long time to load in those MP3s. Now I'm gonna see about the WAV files. I haven't tried to load in like too many WAV files yet because I did a couple sample sessions just to see how it'll work, and it did pretty well. But the MP3s loaded in really slow. So I'm gonna try WAV next time. See how that works. Maybe that is a faster. Like maybe Pro Tools, they always had like a couple issues with MP3. Like back in the day, you couldn't even bounce out an MP3 inside of Pro Tools. Like y'all might not remember those days, but I do. As far as Final Cut goes though, blazing fast, 4K footage, nothing like, what I'm saying, you can scrub through it, no problems at all. Logic loading MP3s in like half a second. Like it's way faster than my Hackintosh, like levels above that. So like no problems inside of Logic at all. Now I gotta move over my actual plugins and stuff that's on my Hackintosh. Like some of them, some of the older ones that you can't even really go even download anymore. I gotta move some of those over. Now some I did, the ones I purchased and all that, I was able to put on here. And the only thing I say is I wish that the Mac Studio had more like legacy USB ports, like the Type A. I guess that'll be Type A. It only has 2. That's on the M1 Max version and the M1 Ultra version. It only has 2 legacy USB ports. and I wish it had at least like 6. Cause right now, I can plug in, like I need to be able to plug in my interface, my keyboard, my mouse, and my iLock, like the main 4 things that I want to be able to plug in. Now I can always get like adapters for the 2 USB in the front, and that'll give me 4. And I do actually have 2 USB ports on my Mac keyboard, so I can put like stuff that don't need a lot of power in there, like my iLock and my mouse. My wireless mouse can go inside of my keyboard. And I guess what I'm saying. I need one more hard drive, but I guess I can get like a USB Type 3 hard drive. I just need one that'll be able to keep up with the speed of the Mac, so I can be able to record inside of my record inside of the hard drive, and not on the computer, that way I can save some space, because I only have the 1 terabyte version of the Mac. Like altogether, I spent like $3,100 on my Mac Studio, but it came with Logic and Final Cut Pro. So without that, it probably would have been about $2,700. So I just need something that can keep up, like I said, that can keep up with the speed of what I'm trying to do, because I'm not going like doing 4K videos and recording. Like 1 terabyte, it might last me 2 or 3 months, maybe a little bit longer than that, but it's not gonna be like something that is gonna be sustainable for me. Okay, so yeah, that's my basic first impressions of the Mac Studio. I feel like it is worth the money for what you get, but at the same time, I feel like the technology is there with the TSMC chips for somebody to come along who wanted to really compete with Apple. You know what I'm saying? Like, they in the space nobody else is in right now. But I feel like somebody can come along and get us out of this Apple ecosystem, where we don't have to always keep upgrading without, what I'm saying, when we don't want to. Like, we using our computer just to do like we use our computer just to do our videos and music and stuff like that. Like, let's just get like us an OS that's geared towards that, and making that better, and not just always updating stuff to where certain plugins don't work anymore for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff, unnecessary things that have nothing to do with what we using the computer for at all. Like, I feel like somebody can maybe come along, maybe Google, or maybe Samsung, somebody. Really, Google could come along, have a more professional OS than just Chrome OS. Like, let's have a real deal Android, and use these same TSMC chips Apple using, port over Android. It's already like several programs that you can use inside of Android anyways, like for people to be able to record on their phone or like tablets and stuff. That's like nearly professional. So like, what is it stopping Google from getting Avid, to get, Avid, or maybe like Studio One? Because I know we're not gonna have Logic, but like, at least we can have Studio One. We can have Pro Tools on a computer that's maybe like half the price of what we paid for, like, the Mac Studio. So the basic Mac Studio started at $2,000. Maybe we could have like all the specs that I have on this one for that same price. You get the like, and the expandable memory, because Apple is probably the only people that won't let you expand your memory out. So like, maybe they can make it modular, something. So I feel like it is worth the money, because it's like, it's the only option right now. But I think in the future, somebody could come along, Android, Samsung, somebody. You can do the same thing Apple did with this M1 Max and Ultra version of the Mac Studio, but basically it's a Mac Mini, and just come out with your own OS, like, come out with your own Android version of that.